Well, safe to say, I'm having a day. And the cat's still at it. The cat is still at it. But you know, cat's gonna cat, as I've been told before on this stream. But you know, still managing to stay upright. That's an accomplishment. Good afternoon. Yeah, it's good afternoon. It is a good afternoon. I had to check. Good afternoon, everybody. You're gaming with the Team Monster. Well, actually, you're not gaming this time. You're writing with the Team Monster. It is another chill stream powered by the shared desk. I've got the cat cam ready in case the little culprit comes back. But yeah, it's been a day. It has been a day. Not the day that I expected it to be. And at 4 o'clock, I'm going to go for a run, catch my breath. And also hope that I hear back from somebody over at WISA. I'm I'm not I haven't found out yet the fate of WISA. And yo, good evening. Thank you, Mika. Good to see you in chat. Hope you are well. So I saw the comparison with the emotes today, the PogChamp emotes. That was interesting. Oh, you could have rated me. Oh, dang. Sorry, Mur. Sorry I missed you. Yeah, I thought I was going to be going for a run at 1:30, and at the last minute it got pushed back to 4. So normally I would do a writing stream at 1, but then I was pushing it back for a run. Then the run got pushed back, and I'm like, okay. It's just been part of the day. I've been having a day. Quite a day. And now I'm trying to figure out... got to figure out how I'm going to be doing this. I think I know how I want to wrap up this chapter here. But yeah. It's okay, Mur. There'll be other times, I promise. How was your stream, by the way? How are you doing? Was it when I saw your description, when I saw the alert go live, I'm assuming you were returning back to Stardew Valley? Or is this something else? But yeah, it's been a day. It's been a day. It started with, well, I mean, I'm going to go into, you know what? I'm actually going to save it. I'm going into details on it tonight. Tonight there is a change in your programs. I will still be doing the Double Play Thursday, but I will be soloing it on tonight. I'll actually be doing the Friday Fun Run tonight, and then tomorrow morning I'm going to be doing Destiny with Steve Saylor. And Shane, good morning to you. Or good evening to you, rather. And Mika, there you are. And Mika, the laptop killer extraordinaire. It is interesting, though. Today we saw the last... we've been putting it off, but we finally saw the last Anthony Bourdain Parts Unknown. And it ended, I think, the best way. It ended truly the way I think Bourdain would have wanted his series to end, to be honest. But it's still sad because, man, that guy was a gift. That guy was a gift. We are so lucky that we lived in the same world as Anthony Bourdain. Just gonna come out and say it. All right. Okay. And when we make the draw connection, we have the additional burner proof to show their operation. Yes, there is, Mika. There is going to be a TV series of The Last of Us. The cast, they have cast Ellie and Joel. Joel is being played by Pedro Pascal, which I am quite excited about. I think that's going to be a solid casting. And Bella Ramsey is going to be Ellie, which I think is another brilliant coup for Last of Us, because if you don't know the name Bella Ramsey, you definitely know her performance if you watched her in Game of Thrones. She was Lady Mormont. And so having Lady Mormont and the Mandalorian as your when you think about it, 2 Game of Thrones legends, I think it's going to be great. And I think Pedro Pascal, I saw him in an indie sci-fi film I didn't get to see all of it, but Pedro Pascal was, I think it's called Prospector. He was quite good. He was quite good in it, and he did that whole kind of tortured look. And he had Mildred Hubble. I don't know that. I don't know that particular role. Bella Ramsey played Lady Mormont in Game of Thrones. So if the actress's name is Bella Ramsey, yes, that's who they got playing Elle. Ah, okay. Then maybe that is Mildred Hubble. So I can't tell you. I can't tell you. But it is that actress, and she was amazing in Game of Thrones. So before my run and before the stream tonight, I wanted to go on ahead and just try to hammer out a few words. When I get 500 words today, I'll be thrilled. But no guarantees, right? No guarantees. And I know I'm probably teasing a bit by saying it's been a day. But like I said, I'll save it for when I come back from the stream. And I'll be back tonight at 7. Round of opening shots, and then we will game a bit in with Ghost of Tsushima. So we're doing the Friday fun run this morning. And then tomorrow, I'm doing for the Friday fun run tonight. Tomorrow morning, I'm doing Destiny with Steve, and then I also have tomorrow morning, or is it tomorrow afternoon? I have to double check. It is tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow afternoon, I have an interview. So, 2 p.m. 2 p.m. for our Friday writing stream. Chat, I hope you're having a good day. Hope you're having a really good day. Yeah, it's just been weird. It's been weird today. It's just been weird. And for those of you who are new to the stream, I'm here and just chatting, doing a little bit of writing because this is what I do. When I am not gaming, whether it is Ghost of Tsushima, which I'm doing tonight, or whether it's Destiny, which I'm doing tomorrow, I write science fiction and fantasy with my wife, the award-winning and award-nominated author Pip Valentine. And two of us write steampunk together. I've also been known to write a few dummies books. I've written dummies books. I've got four dummies titles under my belt. And this book right here, Fair City, New York, which is the name of the working title of this. This is my. Ooh. I don't want to say it's my return to fiction because I've been working on fiction with my wife, but this is my first solo title in quite some time. And I'm hoping that when I get it done, I'll be able to put it in front of some agents, attract their attention, and once I attract their attention, then we can move forward to other things. But that's what I'm going for. This is not something I'm going to publish. I'm not going to publish this via via any self means or anything like that. I am planning to pitch this to New York properly. And we'll see how it goes. We will see how it goes. Okay, I'm going to jump ahead. This song is not doing it for me. That's not too bad. All right. So Shane, is that by choice, or is that by choice, or is that due to the lockdown, or are you? I thought for some reason, Shane, I thought you were a student. I could have gotten that wrong. And Indiana Jim in the house, 40 plus gamer. How are you, sir? Good to see you. Oh, I see. Well, it is better to be safe. It is better to be safe, Shane. Okay, so the question is, where do I go with this? So we're gonna try this, are we?
Sebastian has already approved of it.
Oh, has he?
He has.
Well,
Sebastian approves.
You got Benedict's extension. So let me spin the camera around.
You spin the taco truck around.
Yeah. So we got for the cats, chat. We got for the cats. Oh wait, can you do it the other way? Not the back of the front of the truck facing this way. Do it sideways. I think sideways we'll be able to get more in there. There we go. So yeah, so wait a minute. Can they get on top of the truck?
Yes, there's also a scritchy post on the top.
But will it support their weight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, at least Benedict's.
You hope. He's got to think about it. He's got to think
He's
about
like,
it.
I'm gonna think about that. However, there was somebody who didn't think about it.
Donde está el taco truck?
Look at this one.
Donde está el tacos? Oh no, just donde está los tacos? We should be posting that on Duolingo. But no, Benedict wants to come up here instead.
I'm trying to distract him for you. From the
I know,
taco
but
track.
you know what? I don't think he is.
It's give him a little, he's always nervous of new things.
Yeah.
Whereas Sebastian's like a brick. He's like, alright, well, don't ask that. Let's see Vi's coming over.
Oh, this ought to be good. Oh, she's sniffing it. Does she go in? Does she go in? Still sniffing. Not impressed.
Bears went in immediately and started switching.
What's that? Oh, of course he did. You have some coworkers went to work during lighter intervals, but I've loaded excuse if you want me to commute 4 hours each day on crowded trains with COVID idiots. Well, then there you go. If you can make the work happen remotely, more power to you. That's what I say. Let's see. So you read that panic about the assessment. Yeah. Needless to say, it's been weird. I don't know if it classifies as going viral or not, but I have been caught in the wave of reactions on Twitter about the letting go of Gina Carano. So I'm caught up in that right now, as well as dealing with the disappointment of the assessment. Good news is that yeah, I'm here right now. I just got to figure out. I feel like I'm at a point now where I've got to figure out what I need to do with this particular. I've got to figure out where I want to wrap this up, how I want to wrap this up. I kind of have a vague notion. But I'm doing all right. It's just been a weird day. It's just been a very weird day. We were, like I said, we being Pip and I, we watched the very last episode of Parts Unknown with Anthony Bourdain, and it ended the way I think he would have wanted it to end. Well, I guess we'll find out, won't we, Mika? I know that's a popular notion. Just a matter of finding out where it's going to really depend on is who are they going to go with, or if they, I mean, honestly, I think if they just found an actress that can do the part and do the part just as well, just as competently, and trust me, there are people out there that can do it. Yeah, well, she is. She's in her 50s. But the thing is, Jim, I'm not sure if you knew this, but when she was in her late 40s, it was in her late 40s. Yeah. She did a full body nude scene for Ash versus the Evil Dead and Spartacus. And it was Spartacus. It was Spartacus as well. And she could play it. You're thinking of Rangers of the New Republic. Rangers of the New Republic was the
rumor was that she was going to get that.
Yeah. But could Lucy Lawless do it? I think she could. Absolutely. I think absolutely she could do it. But yeah. Oh, you thinking about it? And there he goes.
Is he in there?
Oh, what is inside? What is the Spanish word for inside?
Sobre is on.
Sobre is on.
No, Entras is out front.
Yeah. And I think he is scratching in there. I can't hear him. But yes, Benedict is inside the. Is inside. Yes, he's inside the fire. Are you inside the taco truck? Yes, you're inside the taco truck.
Did you get a picture?
I did not. I should have. What?
Is he gone out of it then?
He's gone out of it. Did you want to go back in the taco truck?
Did you switch?
He's like in mid-step right now. He's just like,
Am I allowed to go in the taco truck?
go in the taco truck.
Am I allowed to go in the taco truck?
You should go in the taco truck. I think he's gonna go up. If I get up and I go forward, he's
Uh-oh,
gonna.
here comes Bast. That's my taco truck. Although, theoretically, you could have a Bast inside the taco truck and Benedict riding the roof. I'm just saying.
So, well, no, it's, no, I will say this, Mika. Indiana Jim is right in one respect. It is a form of censorship. And censorship covers all kinds of different things. And it does not necessarily mean that it is a negative. It is negative. To me it is no different. What Panic is talking about, when he does that red stamp with censored, and he's all upset now. It does, censorship can be considered consequences of somebody's actions. But the thing is, in the case of Twitter, they finally started enforcing their. It took an insurrection on the government, but they finally started enforcing their own terms of service. There are things I can't do on this channel, and people are saying, "Well, it's a form of censorship." No, and it is a form of censorship, but there's also self-censoring. It's also self-monitoring. For example, and I don't know if this was this is one of the harder things to enforce, but if people clip you and submit these clips to Twitch, it's up to Twitch to decide. But it is against Twitch terms of service that if you are disparaging to another streamer, like for example, if Indy there, Indiana Jim, that's a 40 plus gamer, if he started streaming on a regular basis and I started saying disparaging things about him, if I was saying, he doesn't know what he's doing, he doesn't know that, and I'm dishing on him, that is grounds, that is a punishable offense according to the according to the terms of service from Twitch. And yeah. Indy can, but the difference is there's a difference between having a different opinion from Indy versus saying things that are mean or disparaging or personal. Like for example, I can have a different opinion from Indiana Jim, and I do on many occasions. However, if I start getting personal in my attacks, that's where Twitch can step in and say you're out of the pool. And they can shut down. They can either put a warning on my channel. They can temporarily shut down my channel, or they can permanently shut down my channel. And that was the problem that we faced with people getting on these different social media platforms and complaining that their First Amendment rights are being violated and they're being censored. All right, first off, when Marjorie Taylor Greene wears her mask that says censored, well, really, that's kind of stupid when you think about it, because she's wearing this mask while she's on the public floor of Congress speaking, and C-SPAN is running her comments unedited and on a platform. And if she goes onto a news show, she can do that as well. I don't know if I don't remember. I really don't remember anybody saying it, But I really feel like the movie Death to 2020, which is on Netflix right now, was almost prophetic with Lisa Kudrow. When she went on there, she went, "Conservative voices are being silenced. I said so on my podcast and on my YouTube channel and on my New York Times best-selling book and on Twitter." And she basically was rattling off all these places where she says conservative voices are being silenced. And now we're actually seeing people say that in real time. But here's the truth of it. Hang on. Did you just come out the other end? Don't nab it, cat.
Benedict going in and out again.
Yeah. But it's it's real simple.
Now Vi's it's like look, now Vi's there.
Now, is Vi getting in there? Put a woman in charge. I want to get into the taco truck as well.
No, they're all just as like Grand Central Station.
Yeah. Exactly. In fact, where people were getting really upset with Twitter and to some extent Facebook, what happened was they did not read their terms of service. If you read your terms of service, and if you don't read your terms of service when they get updated, well, you're kind of screwed. But this is more or less Twitter, Facebook, all the social media platforms. They do not have to, in any way, shape, or form, carry your message. If they disagree with it, they can go on ahead and just say, we totally disagree. It's a slippery slope, though. It is a very slippery slope. And I think Twitter finally standing up and flagging content for questionable for questionable content, it just took too long. And Mika, that's the thing. People have been we've been enjoying a free lunch, Mika. Let's be honest. We've been enjoying a free lunch. And the reason they don't want to, the reason that Twitter took so damn long to enforce their terms of service is because they became relevant again. That is the God's honest truth. Twitter was quickly becoming a footnote. And these past 4 years have made Twitter relevant again. What's weird is even with what's happening with me today, the cat voices make me so happy. Oh, fodder and mutter, yeah. Well, Vi has a very particular voice, and Sebastian, of course, has a particular voice.
I know how to bring all the boys to the yard. Pass me some of that catnip. Pass me some of that sweet, sweet catnip. Let's get the taco truck weeded up.
Let's see, that's the chicken and turkey style.
Oh, look at them! Look at them!
Ah, here's the catnip. Ooh, and it's warm.
Warm catnip.
It's warm catnip.
It's pre-warmed.
It's pre-warmed, yeah. But right, but you see, here's the thing, Mika. The problem is, and this is the problem that we've made for ourselves as consumers, and to some extent, the social media platforms have done this too. The platforms, they've always been able to enforce these, but now they are compelled to do so because of people that are spreading misinformation and fake news. That has been the big. What is that? Is that Benedict?
He's like chasing me with the catnip. Hold on, hopefully he's like, give it to me. I just literally put some. Yep, you'll find it. There it is.
Did he find
there
it?
There it goes.
Did he find it?
He's in there right
Oh,
now.
he's in there right now.
Hold up. He's out. He's in.
He's in. He's out. He's in. He's out. He's in. He's out.
He's scratching.
There is something pretty brilliant about that image, though.
Meow delicioso. Al gato. I put some on the roof as well. Did you like
All
that?
right.
He just looked up at me and went, oh.
All right.
I think Benedict's a bit of a nip head.
I think he is. He definitely is.
Do you like the nip? Like a bit of the old nip? Oop. Uh-oh. I think we made him a little
Hey, how you doing there? How you doing there, Spence?
Hey, Spence. How's the cat? Oh. I just put
Well,
some over there.
it's more about I think a real problem is that they've never had indie. They never have been held accountable for some of the wacky stuff. I mean, there have been so many. Even before the christening of fake news as a term, there has been stuff that has been shared on the interwebs that I'm amazed that Facebook just was like, yeah, we'll let it slide. I mean, just stuff about stuff that I think is just kind of ridiculous. And yeah, it's I mean, the big problem though is that now with the way and this dealt with the the investigation. Sorry?
Bass is sitting on the roof now.
Oh, there we go. Okay, well, just have to wait and see how it holds up. But they now have. I mean, yeah, you do have Snopes, but see, Facebook, Twitter, they shouldn't rely on Snopes. They should have people in house that when somebody shares a news link, if it comes from a questionable source like Nature News or one of those whacked out sites that basically says, there's there are chemtrails that are. I mean, I literally saw someone that I knew. I'm a friend of this person. They shared a link about chemicals about chemicals being laced in with jet fuel, and that that plane was seen over Sandy Hook or something. I'm like, I'm reading this. I'm going, where did you verify this? And they named 3 other sources that I knew for a fact were all completely out of whack. And I stopped following the person because I'm just like, I'm not going to tolerate this sort of thing. And Facebook and Twitter need those types of services. They need people that are going to flag it, research it, and go, okay, this news source is credible. This news source, not so much. And if you want to call that censorship, you can go ahead and call it censorship. But it's more about verification, and which is why I tend to rely on only specific news sources, because I know these news sources have been verified, they've been vetted, and they have been confirmed as legit news sourses, as opposed to some dude in their blog that yeah. Anyway,
El Gato in.
Do we have? Hang on a minute. Introduce yourself.
Hey, El Gato.
That's the cafe.
Now.
Yes.
Now they're high on catnip in the truck.
They're high on catnip in the truck. There we go.
Whoop! Now there's 2 cats in the truck.
Oh.
Whoop.
Oh.
Now Benedict's high and freaked out. Man, I was in my truck, and this giant white thing jumped up on the top of my truck, and I flipped out, man. I flipped out. I freaked out. I couldn't take it. I thought he was gonna crush the roof, man. Gonna crush the roof. But also, all my nip was in there, man. Oh no. I shouldn't have put it on the roof. He's gonna crush the truck, Mutter. Mutter, he's gonna crush the truck. We just got the truck today, man. Doesn't even have many miles on it. You're gonna crush it. Oh shit, he is. Destroy this truck. Oh, can people see him?
Yep. You can see him digging in there. Yep. All right.
Benedict's standing here by the doorway, just looking incensed.
And hi, Notorious Arts. Good to see you. Good afternoon. Instagram has removed the account of Robert F. Kennedy Jr. for making false claims about coronavirus and vaccines. Well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing because
I was just reading the article about the kids who have lost their parents to QAnon.
Yeah. Oh, Yeah,
so
that was something.
sad.
That was something that Pip was talking about here. Pip was actually talking, or she was.
Pip? You mean me?
I said Pip. You okay? Can you hear me? Did you take in
you're
some of the
talking to
catnip
them
as well?
about me.
Yes, I just said.
Okay, you were looking at me.
I
was like,
said Pip, and I know. I think Pip has been getting a little too close to
Man, I've just
the
been
to the
hitting
catnip as
the
well.
catnip. Look at these two cats.
So how are you, Notorious Arts? What are you doing, cat? I love this thing so much.
Benedict was like, I want to.
I am so freaking high, fodder.
I'm high on a truck.
I'm Sebastian.
What?
Why?
Poor Benedict. He wants some of the action.
Well, Benedict
too.
can get in the truck. He is more than
I wanna
okay
be
with getting in the
with
truck.
It's a little
He
scary.
can get into the truck. I mean, yeah, it's going to be a little scurry because he's got 17
right now,
pounds.
his eyes are like this.
Yeah, and he's got 17 pounds of cat on top of him.
And he may crush the truck at any moment.
There we go.
What do you think? I like this thing. Elgato. Haven't you got something called an El? Oh, it's the.
It's the Elgato. It's the Elgato stream card. Been very busy trying to get a house for my family. That is not an easy thing to do, is it? I mean, but are you close? I mean, are you shopping? What exactly are you doing? What are you planning here?
I think Sebastian's gonna live on this truck now.
I think he is.
You wanted some weed, and the poor little guy wouldn't give you. Oh, now we've got a situation.
Oh dear. All right.
He's looking at me like, hey. All right, you guys. Well, if I'm going to give you any of this, I'm going to come over here so you can share in the brotherly love. All right? All right? All right. Here's some for you. Whoop. And here's some for you. Enjoy. I put it really close.
Thank you, Shane. I appreciate that.
Oh, look at
It's very kind of you.
You can't. Oh, whoa. Now hold on, dudes.
What's going on?
They both tried to roll in the.
Listen, Pusher. Listen,
They
Pusher.
just tried to both roll
Pusher?
in the nip.
Pusher,
They
you.
both tried to roll in the nip at the same
Oh,
time.
jeez. You're just asking for trouble right now,
I
honey.
thought I was doing it right. We're putting some in the truck and some.
Actually, yeah. You need to put some inside the truck and put some on the truck, I think. Right now, I'm talking to a finance company to get pre-approved for a mortgage. Well, good luck. Good luck, Notorious Arts. That's great. Are you looking for a place somewhere in a city? Are you looking like out in the suburbs? Where are you looking? Or I mean, you don't have to give any super details there. Just I'm just curious as to where you're looking for. My niece just and her fiance just bought a really nice little starter place in the city, so it's kind of cool. Very excited for her. No. Well, that's cool. Okay. Well, good luck. Good luck. I hope it all works out for you. And thank you for coming in and hanging out with me and chat today. Certainly do appreciate it.
the cats are here.
Oh, congratulations, Spence. That sounds like fun. A new RPG. Now, is it still Dungeons and Dragons, or is it a different game altogether? Oh, everything's going good. Thank you very much. Been a weird day. Been a weird day today, but you know, for the most part, I'm hanging in there. I had an unexpected start to the day, which is a nice way of putting it. I might go into details this evening with when I start talking about opening shots. Not details as in like actually reveal parties involved, but I mean go into details about just how weird today's been.
Look at the zonked out cat.
What's that? Now he's zonked out?
Look, he's right behind the taco truck.
Oh, wait, let's see. Oh, I see the feet. All I see right here are feet. I just see furry feet. That's about it.
He's just passed out.
I see. So it's Mora, a role-playing dice, different from D&D. Very nice. Well, good luck. Good luck tonight, Spence. Good on you. All right. Anyway, yeah, it's been a very odd day, and I'm trying to get in a word sprint. I'm just trying to get in a word sprint before 4 p.m. I've got a
Viola just went in.
what? Oh, Vi just went in? Oh, there she is.
Oh, she's having a scritch too.
You are having a scritch.
Meanwhile, the two boys are just passed out.
Viola. Viola.
I live here now.
Where are you, Viola?
I found some nip in here. I'm getting high in the
Are you going to poke your head up? Yeah, I see you, Benedict.
She's too busy.
Oh, that's her
scritching.
tail. That's her tail.
She's too busy scritching and licking the catnip.
Yeah, scritching and licking the catnip. So Notorious, the book I'm currently working on, the working title, well, when I can work on it, when my wife is not distracting me with cats and getting them stoned, and taco trucks. I am working on a book called Fierce City, New York, and this is a this would be classified as an urban fantasy. What it is, it's the beginning of the takedown of the mob, but I am I'm bringing in elves and orcs into the mix. So I'm trying out something, and the plan is to finish the book, and then if I need to iron out any details, I certainly will after, you know, in the second draft. But right now it's coming along fine. He's stoned out of his mind. All right. Let's get back to it.
I might post that on the Discord.
I think you should.
This is what we were promised: taco trucks on every street corner, full of catnip.
Right. Well, I'll tell you this, Notorious. I will definitely know how interesting and how much this take works once I hit the end. That's the tricky bit, getting to the end. People say it's a tough starting a book. It's like starting a book, not a problem. Finishing a book, that's something different. Hey, Noob. Good to see you in chat. Hope you're doing well. So how was today a big day? Finally caved and saw a therapist. Thank you, Notorious. I do appreciate that. Finally caved and saw a therapist for the first time today. It was brutal, but well needed. Hopefully that won't be your last. Hopefully that won't be your last. But Noob, well done. Well fucking
Oh shit, we were
done.
supposed to be talking to Verena. Forgot about that.
Yeah, you did.
So did you?
I didn't know we had set a date. To be honest with you. And today's probably not a good day for me to do that. But no, great. No, this is good, man. This is really good. You know, it's not not everything's going to get fixed on the first go. But you know, it's a step in the right direction, right? And and especially if you feel like, if you're saying it was well needed, and you feel like there's been a step forward, that is essential. My therapist, the one that I reached out to via WISA, didn't work out. It just didn't work out for me. But that doesn't mean I'm stopping. I just have to cancel my plan with them. I've sent in notification. I'm going to wait until next week, and if I don't hear anything, I'm going to contact them again. And if I don't hear anything by the end of next week, I may have to pay for a long distance call because they have a number. They have a phone number, but the problem is the number is in London. The number is overseas in the UK, and I'm just like, that's not what I was expecting, everybody. So I'm just kind of hoping that they're going to sort this out. But I just need to cancel the plan. And unfortunately, I mean, in the WISA app, there's no indication whatsoever, or no place where you can cancel the session. There's no place where you can cancel the sessions. And actually, this is interesting, and I didn't get a notification from WISA. Are you a cat? Very nice.
Yes, we had actually agreed to talk about this, but
all right. Sorry, I guess I got to do that. I got to do it this way. I mean, I'm going to be getting. The longest I could be on would be for half an hour because I've now agreed to do this run. So you know.
we can do half an hour. I'm going to go upstairs and I'll start talking to them.
Well, honey, sorry, everybody. Hold on a second. Be right back. Once again, I forgot. I left my my closed captions on. All right, give me 1 second, everybody. Benedict, no. You cannot have any of the catnip. Okay. Please hold, everybody. Okay. So I found out, chat, on this is where I'm having the disconnect with WISA. I have WISA enabled for alerts, but apparently I got sent a message on the 2nd, on February 2nd, from my WISA therapist about goals she wanted to set. It is now the 11th, and I had no alert. And I'd already been in this app twice. I received no alerts on it, and then today I received it, and I said, okay, we're done. We are done. So, my thing is that, yeah, if you're getting help, noob, and it's working for you, continue with that help. Continue with your, is continue to get that help. Continue to get that help and continue to talk, because that's going to help you. That's going to help you find some more solid ground for yourself. For me, I'm planning to go and talk to somebody. But I think you can handle it. Believe me, if anybody can handle it, you could. And I'm proud of you, buddy. I am proud to see you getting help. Because that's been the problem, is there's been this negative connotation about getting help for you and getting help for people. So, that's great. That's great, noob. Yeah. We are, Sam. We are. And welcome back to chat. I appreciate it. It shouldn't make you feel weak, noob. It shouldn't make you feel weak. And And I think that's the negative connotation that comes with getting therapy. Now, granted, you know, yeah, and I'm sure that's part of the training that you've had, Noob, that you have to compartmentalize stuff, and you have to also, you know, you also have to push past the pain, push past the frustration and all that stuff. And I think that's the negative connotation that people have when it comes to therapy, and when it comes to to actually take care of yourself, self-care. I mean, yeah, you know, you have to tear yourself down before you can rebuild yourself. And I think what you may be interpreting as weakness is actually a vulnerability. And I don't think being vulnerable is a bad thing. I think to protect yourself from being vulnerable, you can recognize your own vulnerability. You can find out what those points of vulnerability are for you and for your personality. I've got them. I know I've got them. And I know it's part of the reason why I am in such a state right now. For example, I mean, and Noob, if it's too much information, if chat needs to cool the jets a little bit, it's okay. You can tell me. You can tell us. It's cool. But we're just proud of you. We're just proud of you for getting help and for taking this massive step forward. But I'll give you something that I'm one of my points of vulnerability, because it happened today. I feel that one of my points of vulnerability is I'm trying to think of how to verbalize it now. Is dealing with people that that I disagree with, that hold positions that are higher than me, and I feel vulnerable when they tell me to do something that I know morally and professionally is wrong. Case in point, I'll be, like I said, I'll be touching base on it tonight. But I mean, Panic already made a reference to it. So this morning, I had an assessment. For a job, and I know that 40 plus Indiana Jim heard about this too. I talked about. I vented completely. I completely vented on Discord. But basically, the way it started off was that I was given an assessment. Now, when I'm told I'm giving an assessment, and after the assessment, the interview process, if I go ahead and I pass the assessment, or the assessment is at the approval of the hiring people, then I'll move forward to my first interview. So let me make that clear. I have not had an interview yet. Okay, and I get the assessment this morning. Now, I thought the assessment was going to be like a psychological assessment, or like a, you're in this work where you're in a work situation where you are managing Sally and Jack. You all have a deadline on the next day, but Sally calls you at the end of the day, beginning of the day, and says they're sick, but you really need Sally to help out with this presentation. What do? Do you tell Sally to prop herself up and get into the office? Do you tell Sally to not worry about it, and you and Jack will cover things? That sort of thing. I thought it was going to be one of those kind of assessments. Turns out the very first thing they asked on the assessment was, it's this particular day, and we are celebrating this. So we would like for you to write up a strategy on how you're going to celebrate this day on our social media channels. We want to know your target audience. We want to know how to do it. We want to know what platforms you're going to take advantage of. What's the messaging on the platforms? How do you measure success? how long will the promotion go, and overall, how will it differ from another strategic plan? So that was the first thing they wanted me to do. And I'm staring at this going, they want me to come up with a strategic plan for this particular day. That's work. And I have and that was the first thing they wanted to do, right? All three of the questions were like this. The only one that really was more of an assessment was here are some examples of copy. Which one is edited better? That one I could have done in my sleep. But the others were all based in strategy. They want to know, how would you do this? How would you do this? And here's my problem with that approach. And this is where I feel vulnerable, because I used to do that. I would do these types of exercises for places without hesitating, and it's a vulnerable, it's a point of vulnerability for me. I want to help people. I like helping people. I like answering questions. I like going back and forth with people and talking about ways to solve problems or ways to solve issues. It's part of the reason why I've written 4 titles with the For Dummies people, because I feel like I'm helping people, right? But my problem, and where this makes me a target, is that some people come to me and they will just ask question. The first time somebody asks me a question, no big deal. Yeah, sure. Let's talk about this. And I talk about it, give options, and that's that. But if the person comes back the next day and goes, well, I'd like to do this instead. Okay, well, and then I answer that question. But then they come back a third time within a week and they go, hey, I want to do X, Y, and Z. And then I suddenly realize, hey, could you look at, and then it's, hey, could you look at this and tell me how I can improve it? At that point, I'm working for free, right? I don't mind answering questions. I don't mind helping people out. I don't mind that. But when people are expecting me to be on their payroll for nothing, and people have done that to me in the past, and it took a long time for me to start standing up and saying, I am not working for free. And and I've seen this happen more and more and more in my industry, where in like in the second round, and sometimes now if it happens near the last round, I mean, this is the last thing you have to do, that's one thing. But this was an assessment to get my first interview. And I'm like, so let me get this straight. You got 25, let's say you got 25 people. That's a conservative number. 25 people all vying for this position, right? 25 people are going to have 25 different approaches to that first problem that I was telling you about that I got in the assessment. Well, let's be honest. You got 25 different approaches. Who's to say that somebody at this place of employment isn't sitting down and going, okay, I like this, I like this, I like this, and they just cherry pick which one of the approaches they want. And I hit a nerve. I did hit a nerve because I said, look, I'm gonna, and I said this in the email, I'm pulling out of this assessment because I have 20 years of experience in communications. And that includes bylines in social media strategy and social media application. And I don't work for free. You know if I can handle any of this stuff if we if we went through my portfolio together, or if we went through my I'll send you a writing sample. Sure, I'll send you a writing sample. I'll send you to my LinkedIn page, and you can actually see videos that I have edited and I have participated in. You can do that as well. But if you hand me an assignment for your organization and say, we want to see how you handle that, and based on that, we're going to decide whether or not we go forward with the interview, your first interview. I'm sorry, I'm calling bullshit. But it is a vulnerability. It is a vulnerability that I recognize in myself. I want to help people. I like helping people. I like being a source of information for people. But there's a point. There's a point when you are being helpful, and there's another point where people are taking advantage of you. And that's something I've had to work at. And I know I hit a nerve because I got two emails from those people. The first one was, "We're sorry, we're going to pull your name out of the assessment." Sorry, we're going to pull your name out of the job file. We apologize for any inconvenience. Done and dusted. If they had left it alone there, I would have been fine. I got a second email chat, and in the second email they said, "My hiring manager wanted me to let you know we weren't asking you to do this work for free. We weren't. This is just a natural assessment. This is a regular assessment that we give to all of our candidates before we start putting them through the interview process." I'm like, really? Really? And you felt compelled to tell me that? I call bullshit. So, vulnerability and weakness are not the same thing. They are kissing cousins of each other, but they're definitely not the same thing. It's not going to be, I don't think it's going to be an easy road, noob, but you know what? It's going to be a helpful one. It's going to be a very helpful one. So I suggest you hang in there. And you can. You got it. As my wife likes to say to me, you're stronger than you know. You're stronger than you know. Okay. Let's just finish this. Yeah, exactly. That breaking point's pretty rough, and I've got friends who have been where you're at, dude. But here's the thing: hang on to the fact that you're actually getting it done. You're taking steps. You're taking steps. But don't ever feel weak, man. Don't. Well, I can't tell you how you're going to feel, and I shouldn't tell you how you're going to feel, but from my perspective, knowing you from here, knowing you from this platform and everything, I don't think you're weak. I know you're going to feel weak, but I don't see that. I see you as way stronger because you're getting the help. So good on you, noob. Good on you. Well, the next time you talk to your therapist, noob, you can tell them you just gave birth to your very first stream baby. At least on this channel. That's noob resubscribing for 9 months. So we have to name the stream baby. Noob, you must name the stream baby. You must name the stream baby. $19.11. Okay. All right. Fair enough. I'll take it. I'll take it. Now, Noob, is that so the 1911? Is that a pistol? Is that a revolver? Is it an automatic? Is it a semi-auto? Is it a what kind of a gun is it? Now you got me curious. The writer in me. Yeah, you got me curious. Ah, okay. Got it. Ah, okay. Okay, so it's the M1911. Okay. That's it's a sexy sidearm. It's a sexy sidearm. Very nice. Aimbots on PC that they're starting to crack down on that. They're starting to crack down on that. There were a couple of aimbots that were shut down just recently, and it was a big deal. That was considered a big deal. I see. I see. One thing you might want to look at if you're feeling like you're getting if you feel like you're getting one or two tapped all of the time, Indy, take a look at a couple things. Take a look at your resilience and take a look at your recovery mods. That's one thing. Secondly, if they're depending on the weapon and depending on whether they are hitting you, if they're hitting you with a headshot, depending on the weapon, it may be one of those one-tap hand cannons. But you might want to take a look at that. Take a look at your resilience and your recovery. Try to pump that up as fast as you can. Jeez. I hate it when I do that. All right. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Sam gifting a tier 1 sub to I'm Not Delta. When in fact it really is Delta. And thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Oh, you bet, man.
More of that, please. More of that, my girl.
Yeah, sometimes trying not to nap, trying to resist that nap can get really dicey. It can be tough for me, I know that. All right. Let's see. Ish. Ooh, yeah. I claim this taco truck as mine. This is my taco truck. Okay. 24 degrees. All right. It's going to be a chilly run, everybody. It's going to be a chilly run. Yeah. Hard to say. Hard to say. I don't know exactly what the weather report is inconclusive at best. I think they're saying that it's going to snow tonight, but it's going to snow. It's not even a 50% chance, and there might be. It's cold enough to snow tomorrow, but now they're not calling it for snow. They're saying it's going to be Friday. It's a weird day. It's a weird day. Oh, but look at that. Look at that. I got Jen coming in, Shadow's Edge, with a tier 2 sub, subscribed for 12 months, a full year of subbing here. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right. Oh, geez, Jen. No, I didn't see that. It's cold. It's cold. I'm actually going out and doing a run. I'm doing a run in a bit. I'm gonna have to. I haven't really done a lot in the ways of the sprint. My focus has been in all sorts of different places, and I want to see if I can get in a run because I have no idea what tomorrow is going to bring. Tomorrow it might snow, and if it gets, if we get snow here, then we're pretty much done for the weekend after that because it's supposed to snow. It's supposed to snow all there as well. Anyway, yeah. As far as you, I mean, you said your power is cut. How are you staying warm? And you said you got some freezing rain. So are you chatting with me on the phone? Is that how that's working? I hope you're going to be okay. have you seen any announcements about? Have you seen any announcements about if they're going to be able to get the power back? Because snow isn't the rough part. It's when it freezes. When it freezes, that can do a lot of damage to. I remember one year we got some serious ice storms, not up here, but down in Richmond, and it was the worst. So I'm hoping you'll be able to get through this okay. Oh, geez, that's right. You're in Austin. Yeah. All right. Well, bundle up and stay under blankets if you can. Keep those furry kids of yours close too. That'll help a bit. That'll help a bit. -6 in Oklahoma. Yikes. Hopefully they're prepping for this sort of stuff. Oh, jeez. I made tea over a candle flame, and the kitties are sitting with me. Luckily, you got lots of candles and a hurricane lamp. Okay, that's a step in the right direction, Jen. That's a step in the right direction. Step in the right direction. Good on you. In all fairness, Jim, it has been a combination of my parents, or my mom, helping out where she can, Pip's parents, and a family trust that they've got for an emergency like this, and unemployment. We've also managed to luck out, and we don't. There are certain things we're not making payments on, like cars. Our cars are already paid for, and the thing that has been really testing us, and if you want to know, is and it's been the thing that that Pip's family has helped out with us the most, has been in fact the healthcare. Healthcare is just bleeding us dry, and and speaking as someone who was on the ACA before Trump and the House Republicans got their hands on it, I remember when the ACA first went live, and it was quite good. It was way better than Cobra. Way better than Cobra. Better coverage for less money. And I miss that ACA. It'd be nice if we could get that back. But I'm forging ahead. I've got an interview tomorrow, and then I've got another round with that group. I have an interview with that group on Tuesday. So I have Friday and Tuesday, and then I keep applying for jobs, and I've been throwing out stuff. Still hoping to hear back from some people, but you just have to keep pushing forward, right? Just have to keep pushing forward. All right. Is it the life of the communications for contract jobs and temp stuff? It doesn't have to be. It really doesn't have to be. In fact, one of the things that I was really impressed with these people, the people I'm interviewing with tomorrow and Tuesday, they basically said we're looking for longevity. We're looking for longevity from these folks, from people that we want to work with. That is promising, because I made it clear that even though I had like a year here and one point in my career, there was one point where I hopped from between Intersections and Stratford University. I held 2 more jobs. Yeah, I literally hopped from one job to another job, and then there was a year of unemployment, and then I landed at Stratford. And the thing about the quick hopping from job to job to job was not by choice. It was not by choice. And that's one of the what I would call a Twitch dad hack that would be good to know. When you're interviewing for positions, if something goes amiss at another person's position, you just keep it to the facts. You don't want to overshare. You don't want to overshare. And what I mean by that is you don't necessarily want to tell people some of the details over, like, I was trying to figure out a nice way of explaining why I was at one job for, let's see, April, May, June, July. Why I was at one place for 4 months, and then I was at another place for 4 months, and then I went here. The first job, it was a nonprofit organization, and I was laid off. But I was laid off not because they were trying to, not because they were trying to downsize or do anything like that. What happened was they found out that their executive director was doing creative math. They were doing creative math. So they either had a choice of doing their big conference, which was set to be in Vegas the following year, or keep me on. So they chose the Vegas conference over me. And so I moved on to APUS. And at APUS, I was doing great. I was doing fantastic at APUS. And then my boss, his buddy, who worked in his department, it was me with the boss. And the boss was told by the higher-ups that they needed to dissolve one of these teams. And it was a team that his buddy was in charge of. So his buddy was literally a manager with no team, and he was literally at some points he was literally floating through the office, just chatting with people, seeing how things are going. And and I was all about keeping my head down and making sure that I was getting my work done. Well, after I'd been given a glowing glowing review from my boss, I got called into his office a week later, and he's basically telling me that they're letting me go. And I said, why? And he said, it's just not working. It's just not working. And I came to find out that as soon as I was let go, his buddy took my job, and he had no background in social media whatsoever. So I was basically let go, and he was brought in as my replacement. And I was telling people that. I was telling people stories about, how at one organization I was at one organization the executive director was cooking the books, and I got caught in the crossfire, and I was let go. And then I went to another place, and my boss's buddy needed a job, so I was let go, and he was put into my place. And I did that for a while, and then I realized, wow, that doesn't sound good, does it? So quick life hack: if you basically go through a point where you're going from job to job to job, and people say, what happened here? Keep it to the basics. I just tell people I was laid off. I was never fired. A job was never terminated. I was always laid off or downsized. And that tends to soften the blow a little bit. And it's not until we get into the real, if someone were to ask me, like, what are my strengths? What are my strengths? I said, well, my strengths is that when it comes to communications, I have not just a print background, but I got a digital background, and I've got a presentation background. I can pretty much float effortlessly between all three, so it's not a problem. It's not a problem on my end. I can do that. But I do say to people that if I'm going from place to place to place, if I get laid off, I just say, people say, why do you think you're being laid off so much? I just say it's the nature of the business. I get brought on to boost communications, and that's what I do. And then when somebody says we need to cut back, we need to scale back operations, we do that, the first thing they're going to cut is communications, because they're going to be like, oh, we got that covered. But I don't mind saying this. And as soon as I find a place to land from a job perspective, I am going to take advantage of this. I'm just going to say, well, I'm a canary in a coal mine. And I've said this before. I will come in and I will build up somebody's social media platform, and then they'll lay me off. And I'll leave, and within a month, everything goes back to the way it was before I got there. Which is why, when I talk to different employers, I always ask them the question I ask them a lot is how seriously do you take your communications? How seriously do you take social media? How seriously do you take the position that I'm getting hired to do? That way I know what direction they want to take going forward. That helps me out a lot. And when you say that you can make $50 to $100 an hour reading audiobooks, the answer is yes, but here's the problem. It goes back to what Jim said. A lot of the contracts that are on, they'll say, well, we don't do $50 to $100, but we'll hire you if you're willing to take a chunk of the royalty. That's a fool's errand. I have done 2 books that I myself have not written, but I've done 2 independent audiobooks. And to give you an idea of how this one guy that I did an audiobook for, he was People love to talk about what a mover and a shaker he is, but the thing was that I know him, and I went to I saw him at a con, and I said, "Hey man, just wanted to say it was a real pleasure doing a book for you." And he said, "Doing a book for me?" And I said, "Yeah, I read your audiobook." And he was like, "Oh shit, I didn't even know they were doing that. I'll have to listen to it." And I just kind of put on my game face and nodded and smiled and said, "Well, I did it, so there you go." And I walked away, and I just remember going, "The hell was that all about?" And for the $50 to $100 an hour reading books, it sounds great. But here's the thing that you've also got to know about it, Panic, is that if you get somebody to agree to that, yeah, it's $50 to $100, but the editing of the audio you have to take care of. So I don't know how deep the TikTok video went into it, but I started looking. The last time I did a real hardcore audition for Audible, I was putting out anywhere from 5 to 10 auditions a week, and then when I was done with those auditions, the only ones that were left were percentage of royalty, and that's pennies on the dollar. It's pennies on the dollar, and you're going to be spending a long time editing books, a long time. If I'm not getting $50 to $100 to do an audiobook for somebody, it's not worth it. It does seem a lot less glamorous, yes, and to add to that even more so, if I start doing audiobooks, that means I'm probably not going to be able to stream as much. I make more money streaming than I do from audiobooks. And trust me, it's not a lot, but it helps a little bit. But one of the other things I noticed too is that when it comes to recording and editing audiobooks, at least with self-published authors, they don't want to pay for it. I have even offered to give people mates rates, and they're just like, "Wow, T, that's kind of expensive. Maybe we could work out a deal." I'm like, "No, that's the deal. That's the deal." Because and then I tell people, look, if you really don't want me to do it, and you don't want to pay me to do it, then here's what you do. Pick up Podcasting for Dummies. I'll get something from that. And then you can go in and look at the chapters I have on audio editing with GarageBand, and you can figure it out. And every time I have said that to an author, they've always come back to me. I said, "So how's it going?" And they're like, "Oh, I gave up. It's just too much work. I need someone else to do it for me." And I'm like, "Well, no, someone." And I've even had one author say to me, "Someone cheaper than you." So it's Vi. It's Vi. It's Vi in the taco truck.
Did you get a picture of it?
Let me see if I did. I might have. Hold on. Oh, she's out of the truck now. Let me see if I got it. Nope, she's still in there. That's her back end, though. Let me see if I got her in the... Let me see if I got a photo of it. All right. Hard to tell. I did.
You got a Vi in the wild. That's adorable.
I know, right? Don't worry. This is gonna be on Discord. Don't worry. I'm putting that on Discord.
She's like,
No, Jen. I'm not saying you, and I'm not saying that I'm talking about people who are well established, people who are well established in the field. And it's not necessarily the people that it's people you would think that could afford it, but it's more like they don't want to do it. They'd rather have someone else do it. You understand? So no, I totally get that. I've told people myself, I said, yeah, I'm expensive, but it's because you're paying for my experience. You're paying for my gear. And that's the other thing. Cause I remember one time I listened to, this is when I first, I think this was before Audible was bought by Amazon. And I remember going to Audible and downloading a copy of a very, I'll come out and say it. It was Bag of Bones. It was Stephen King's Bag of Bones, and it was read by Stephen King. The entire thing sounded like this from beginning to end. It was Stephen King reading like.
How many years ago was that?
That was, and that's what I'm saying. It was before.
Audiobooks have come a long way.
Yeah, they have come a long way. But the point is, I had paid. I remember back then, I had paid for high quality audio, and that was the highest quality that Audible had for Stephen King reading Bag of Bones. Now, it's come a long way since then. But I expected more from a book where Stephen King was reading it. You know what I mean? Let's see. All right. Well, I didn't get as far as I would have liked to, but I did make some progress. Today's just been a weird day, chat. That's what I'm leaving it at. In fact, I'm going to go on ahead and put in my current word count, which is. But I'll be back tonight. And remember, we're doing the Friday Fun Run on Thursday, and then I'm going to, of course, wrap up with Phasmophobia. But I'm also going to be doing. We're going to be doing Ghost of Tsushima. All right. So I will see you all then. 22/8/23. All right. Ooh. Let's try this again. 22/8/24. All right. Do a reset. It will. I'm actually going to just go on ahead and I appreciate that. I do appreciate that, Panic. I will see you all. Hopefully, I will see you all tonight at 7. We're gonna do some opening shots. I'll chat a bit there, and then we will jump in to Ghost of Tsushima. So I'm just gonna let AutoHost do its thing. But thank you all for being here. You all have a great day, and yeah, it's hang tight, okay? See you later. Peace.